طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله. Thank you everyone for attending this session, one of the AI in project management hackathon, part of the coming GPM forum, the GPF, AMF, المنتدى العالمي لإدارة المشاريع. Glad to be with you today to discuss a fantastic topic, critical topic, and one of the, I believe, essential concept for anyone working in project management profession in general, in PMOs, as a portfolio manager, program manager, project manager, and how to utilize AI to optimize the portfolio performance and results. My name is Eng Imad Alsadeq. I'm the Transformation Delivery Center of Excellence leader with EY MENA, Ernst & Young. But today I'm here not presenting a EY by any mean. I'm just adding it as a title. So please, this is an individual initiative by myself, and happy to be part of this hackathon and work with you all. I think today main objective is to share and refine the AI-powered portfolio optimization concept and prepare the task force to the use case and the development phase. So again, I'm here to share and refine. So please, I would love to have this session as interactive as possible. Please think of your questions, prepare it, and chime in whenever you like. To achieve that objective, we developed a couple of topics. The challenge, we'll discuss what we are trying to solve, and the initial solution, and how to utilize AI powers, AI capabilities in that solution. And then a couple of slides about the development and what are the next steps. Before I start, this is an online session, and as you know, the focus span is getting reduced day after day. So please try to be here, present, here and now. Focus on what we are discussing. I'm sure you will hear something you already know, something you don't know, and something just to energize your mind to think about your coming steps when it comes to portfolio optimization. Try to relate whatever we mentioned to your real world. This real challenge, that solution can help you, can help your organization prepare your next step questions, what you will do after that session, either by yourself or in collaboration with myself and Faisal, or the other mentees and the other team members. Imagine delivering this session that will help you to focus more and more. If you like any idea or concept in these slides, you can take a copy of it and get a copy of it and present it to your team or your colleagues. I'm here today with my colleague Faisal Abu Abed as a co-facilitator. We are here to orchestrate the discussion, and later, inshallah, whoever would like to join us, form a team and build the solution is more than welcome. With that, I think it's time to go with the foundation first of all. Our topic today is AI-powered portfolio optimization. So let's recall what exactly is a portfolio and what is exactly a portfolio management. As you know, a portfolio is a group of programs, projects, operation, interrelated activities, all of these components trying to serve a certain objective, trying to realize certain value. This is the portfolio. So to manage that portfolio, including all its components, there is a need for a dynamic activity which will try to achieve the strategic objective of or the value by identifying, categorizing, monitoring, integrating, selecting, prioritizing, optimizing, balancing all these components and try to find the best way of achieving the target strategic objective or target value. So portfolio management is a dynamic activity, and this is important. And if we will narrow all these activities into main three dimensions, it will be the strategic alignment. The portfolio management is keen about this, is try to find the best path to achieve the value and try to find the not only the short-term value but the sustained value as much as possible. Also, portfolio management helps in govern decisions, how to ensure that the roles, responsibilities, the right person taking the right decision on the right time. In a nutshell, if the project management trying to build something in a proper way, portfolio management is trying to build that, to build the right thing, to find the right value. So moving forward, if this is very common sense, what is happening on the ground? It's a bit different than what you may expect or what the standard is trying to convey. As per some statistics, only actually only 21% of the organizations are effectively tracking benefit realization or value realization. And this is important terms to differentiate between the value and the benefit. Benefit in general is some enhancement you have done, either to a performance, to a service, to a product, to any result. So it's a measurable enhancement. However, the value equal the what you have spent in terms of cost or effort minus the benefit you gained. So the value is the fine or the ultimate gain you got after you spend money and you get the value out of this spending. So during that session, I may use the two terms interchangeably, but the main point is the value, which somehow indirectly include the benefits. So this is an issue. This is a challenge. Only 21% is tracking this benefit, is tracking the realization of this benefit or achieving that value. This is a challenge. And on the other side, 65% of the executives are claiming that poor portfolio decisions as a primarily reason for project failure. So because they don't have a portfolio level decisions, a proper one, a lot of projects are failing. One last statistics, almost $1 billion on annual value leakage from initiatives finished on time, yet failing deliver promised value. There are a lot of examples for that. If you remember the Kodak camera, it was a fantastic product by Kodak. Even they got the best project. However, it didn't bring a lot of value to Kodak at the end of the day. And there are a lot of examples I can share with you. The point is, even if the project is managed correctly, sometimes it doesn't bring value because no one identified that value from the beginning. And after it is finished or produced, either as a service or product, no ownership take it forward and try to realize the real benefit out of it. That's why if we are trying to capture the different uh, phases or the different faces of the value, sometimes you have projects with no value. You may find projects in your organization, everyone is working on it because they came and found someone is doing it without understanding what behind that. It consumes the resources, but creating no measurable value. That's why we call them vampire projects. So they are not adding any value. The second one, which is the successful one, is realized or the value realized projects, where the value is delivered and everyone is aware of it, the ownership is clear, and it could result the value one time or in a continuous and sustainable way. Another type of the values is the orphan one. And the orphan value or the outcome orphan benefit, this is something as a project manager, you may succeed in delivering a good outcome, but nobody is taking care of it after that. So those are main three phases of the projects when it comes to the value. Either it is vampire, not adding any value, or realized, so it was a successful one, or orphan, it produced something but nobody is taking care of it. Those are the three types which we need to make sure to reduce the orphan and reduce the vampire and increase the realized. To do that, and going back to the portfolio standards, as you may have read it, there are 6 main performance domains there. And when I say performance domain, this is a group of activities, a group of best practice. If you can adapt and practice it, the portfolio success chance is higher. And to relate that to what we mentioned in terms of vampire, realized, and the orphan, based on initial discussion between myself and Faisal, and hopefully you will join us, we found that the strategic alignment and the value/benefit realization performance domains are the most relevant to that problem. So if that is based on the statistics and based on the many cases we have seen, there are a lot of vampire and orphan value type projects. Adapting those two performance domains will be a good success factor and will try to reduce those two type of the value project types. And to do that, having AI with all its capability, we believe that this will increase the chance of getting maximum value of all projects. Having AI to optimize the portfolio performance, it will help you to predict which project will realize value. It will detect the vampire or orphan patterns early. It will scores aligned to strategy in real time and so on. To do that, it's important to remember what are the main AI capabilities. And each capability is targeting certain need and producing certain added value. For example, the predictive machine learning, usually it helps you to classify the data, learns from historical projects to predict the outcome and risk. So it's some kind of smart learning capability. Optimization, this is something or capability will help you to solve for the best portfolio mix under the certain constraints you will define. Anomaly detection will tell you who is out the outliner. Spot the vampire or orphan patterns, and you may miss while you are following or monitoring projects and programs. Another capability is the generative AI or the LLM, and usually it generate new content. So if the predictive ML is trying to understand the history and based on it bring you some insights, the generative AI will generate new content. And the co-pilot agent, which try to help you to automate a lot of what you are looking for from the AI. Matching these capabilities with the previous challenges we explained when it comes to the value, the project value, we believe initially, and this is something, again, all what we are mentioning is initial discussion, and we will need your input actually to verify, to enhance, to add, and advise the way forward. So we believe the predictive machine learning will help in value forecasting. Is that project going to add value or not? Anomaly detection will help us to understand this project is going to be a vampire or orphan. Generative copilot will help in answering in a textual way the whoever will ask, mainly the executive, if they are looking to know what project will add value, what project will doesn't have ownership. The co-pilot will be a good interface to handle this aspect. In general, there are a lot, as you know, we try to help listing all AI capability, and when it comes to the portfolio use case, which tool or which capability can help each use case, and what is the output style as well. And after initial analysis, again, we choose those, the picked one, as you can see on the right side of the table. So initially, I think predictive ML will help us a lot in getting the probability of that project, if it will realize benefit or add value or not. Optimization will help in recommending the right mix and the trade-offs, what to keep, what to kill of the projects or stop. Anomaly detection will help in flagging the components with risks. Generative AI will help in discussion and help in giving some summaries about the status. Deep learning, maybe this is a bit off of what we are trying to reach out and achieve as a solution. Copilot Studio Agent, this is one of the different studios in the market right now, but we'll tell you why initially we thought about Copilot. But again, we are a team and we are open for any other suggestion. So to think holistically in an organized way about what we need to do to fix that issue we mentioned earlier, or to optimize the portfolio performance, we need to think about the data, about the sources of this data and its availability. And then we need to build the AI empowered or enabled either chat or agent or chat supported by backend agent. And this is another thing we need to think about together. But at the end of the day, we need to define the data type which will feed into the prediction or will feed into the predictive ML. We need to understand who is responsible for what type of data access we will get, and the data sources and the connection, the required connection, its availability, and the cadence of generating or cadence of connecting with different sources to get the most updated data. All these elements we need to discuss in details once we move forward. Uh, Among many solutions in the market, we thought Copilot could be good to start with. I'm sure we can have different versions, even we can have different modules or different implementation. And this is something also we need to discuss in a later stage. Uh, Try to draw some pictures just to imagine the end result. If we develop the right data model and the right connections, and have everything organized, having this interface, a simple one, either as a chat bot or a standalone agent, just selecting the project, it will run at the back end all required analysis and will bring it to the executive. Since we are talking about portfolio level, it will bring a small or let's say a summary of the analysis telling the executive this project currently in currently more into vampire or realized or orphan. And if it is not in the realized zone, what should they do to move it back to that realized benefit zone? This will help the portfolio owner or the executives to move from just an opinion-based decision to a real-time decision or informed decision. And it will be subjective, not based on individual opinion or impression. This is in a nutshell what we are thinking of as initial thought, and happy to have your questions answered now, and also later we can agree on the next step as a team to work on together, define the different rules and assign who is gonna do what. Happy to hear from you guys if you have any questions about the original problem or challenge we are trying to solve, the different data we are trying to get, and also the initial thought about the solution.
ممكن برضه.
لأن الموضوع
Engineer Imad, there is one question from Mr. Sim that he asking, every project has its own environment and culture. How historic data can help?
Perfect. I think, yes, every project has a unique nature, but based on a simple analysis, as you know, we categorize projects. There should be some element could help. For example, if you are categorizing project as internal or external, I think the internal will have some unique shared characteristics, and the external as well. If you have mega projects exceeding, let's say, 5, 10 millions, it will impact the way of following or tracking the cost spending. So there is, yes, unique nature, but also I believe because it's one organization at the end of the day. So you either have the same project manager, some repeated or common resources join the different projects, maybe the same client. So whatever common characteristic between the project you are analyzing and the historical projects or the past projects, this is exactly what will be utilized as source of analysis. I hope that answered your question, Sam.
Mr. Sam, if you have any comment, you can write it in the Q&A chat. Yes. Okay. So if anyone have any question, he is more welcome. Okay, Mr. Imad, I think all points are addressed. There is one in the chat.
Maybe just for the attendees, our plan is to have a small team to work or to progress, to move forward with this idea. We may need data scientists. We may need AI developer or engineer. We may need UX expert or someone who understands this field of practice. All those roles will collaborate together and try to build something shareable with everyone. So you are more than welcome to join the team. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Ahmed, Ali, Amy, Faisal, MW, Narish, and Sam. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Imad, for this session.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.